In August of 2020, a pair of the Norfolk Southern Heritage units found their way on intermodal NS-219 out of Atlanta, Georgia, where they would switch to KCS rails and become IATDA. Figuring there is a chance the duo would not make it to Ruston, Louisiana before the sunset, we traveled to the Mississippi section of the Meridian Speedway. First, we scouted a spot a few miles out of Vicksburg in BOVINA. Down Warriors Trail, you can find the old Big Black River Railroad Bridge. Here we see the eastbound counterpart of the ATDA, IZ-LAAT, with all standard Norfolk Southern power. This bridge was built back in 1917 and has a length of 465 feet. It is one of only 2 concrete open spandrel bridges in the state of Mississippi. Back during the Civil War, the Union and Confederacy clashed along the Big Black River. The battle resulted in heavy casualties for the South and a Union victory. The remainder of Confederate forces retreated to Vicksburg and prepared for the Union siege the next day. After around an hour after this stack passed, yet another eastbound cleared. This was the point when we bit the bullet and drove to Jackson, Mississippi in search of the duo. And wouldn't you know it, at the Control Point Monument siding, we found our pair of Heritage motors awaiting the second eastbound. The crew is seen wiping down the headlights and ditch lights before departure. The eastbound we spotted finally arrived in the form of IZ-LAAT. This is the Union Pacific Intermodal from California that heads to Atlanta. The 2 Heritage units on today's westbound are NS-1065 and NS-8101. 1065 pays tribute to the Savannah and Atlanta, while my personal favorite from the NS Heritage Fleet number 8101 is painted for the Central of Georgia. Also trailing third was a Kansas City Southern to Mexico ES-44AC. With both eastbounds out of the way, NS-1065 received a clear indication to advance westward towards Wiley, Texas. After this, we will return to the BOVINA bridge to snag the pair. A storm front was moving in and clouds blocked the sun from shining on the majority of the bridge. We would be running away from this front the entire chase. In Vicksburg, we leapfrogged in front of the stack to catch it navigating the S-curve. The Savannah and Atlanta story began in 1906 when construction on the Brenton Railway commenced. After years of slow expansion, the Brenton Railway Company connected with the Georgia Railroad, which resulted in the completion of the route to Atlanta. After merging with the Savannah and Northwestern, the name Savannah and Atlanta was introduced. The Vicksburg River Bridge is a very popular photography spot in the South. NS 1065 and 8101 are seen leading the stacker into Louisiana. Now going back to the S&A, it was acquired in 1951 by the Central of Georgia, which brings us to the second tribute locomotive. The Central of Georgia started as a charter for what was then called the Central Railroad and Canal Company in 1833. After 130 years of expansions, financial success, along with a few financial problems, the COG had created an impressive rail system throughout the states of Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee. The Frisco was interested in merging with the Central but was declined by the Interstate Commerce Commission. This would result in the Frisco selling its large amount of CG stock to the Southern Railway, and the rest is history. IATDA would stop on the main line to allow KCS manifest M-SHAR take the siding between Delta and Mound, Louisiana. The sun was coming down and the storm front can be seen in the distance putting on a show of lightning. We would wrap up our chase in Ruston, Louisiana as it flew over the Tech Drive Bridge. I hope you enjoyed our chase of the Heritage Duo, and if you did, be sure to leave a like down below, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thanks for watching.